Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me once again. Today we're going to take a little bit of a break from Duran Duran, and the band is King. The song is Love and Pride. The bassist is Anthony Tony Wall. I'll link a little video of him playing this bass line down in the description so you can check the man himself doing it. He's playing a music band, Sabre, and I think he used that in the original recording. I'm only guessing because his sound is pretty consistent, and when he plays live, he seems to be playing the Sabre. It seems like that's the only bass he really played. Anyhow, I don't really know a lot about him. Another little fun fact is that there were many drummers on this album, and one of them was a guy named Alan Lillywhite. Did I get that right? Adrian Lillywhite, who is the brother of famous super producer Steve Lillywhite. Thought that was pretty cool. I have no idea who's playing drums on this song, Love and Pride. Maybe somebody out there knows and could inform us in the comments. Anyway, this is an incredible groove. It just is one of those kick-ass grooves that just, makes you want to get up and dance, and it's just tough. It's a tough groove. It is tough to play too. I'll do a little lesson at the end, so let's get to it. All right, let's try to do a lesson. I'm going to be playing excerpts from the song, and my bass just through my studio monitors here, and that's going to be picked up by the camera, so I hope the quality is okay. That's just going to make it easier for me to get through this and edit it and so on. So here we go. This song starts with an amazing drum fill. Just sonically, the way the drums sound and the way the drums are played is just perfect. It's like, it's just, I'm in love with this fill. Let's hear it. So that's where you know to come in, is when you hear the ba-da. Basically it's ba-da-boom, ba-da-boom, ba-da, and then you're in. Okay, so the bass line in the chorus and in the beginning goes like this. However, I think the last note of the phrase, so it's kind of a ghost note. Sometimes I hear a solid note and sometimes I hear a ghost note, just like. Now, when you get out of that phrase, it's a little tricky because sometimes you're going to go, and then sometimes you're going to go. I thought that it did the when it was going into another part. So when it ended that phrase and it was going to go into another part, so maybe like every fourth time, but it doesn't really do that. He really just mixes it up. So I'd say don't worry about it, just do what feels right. And after listening to him play it live, I realized that he's just doing whatever he wants. So I'm not going to get too hung up about whether the end is, or just kind of do it how you feel. So it's kind of like you're hammering on, or you can go kind of a ghost note there. And the song's basically in D minor. So and out of that I would go, or can't really tell if he's going, or just, he does it differently again. So I tend to do the whole thing. Okay, so out of that, then we're going to go into the verses. So let's forward to that. Okay, so the cool thing about the verses is you're going to do a little pickup note like this, but then the rest of it is straight. So, and the straight notes also bounce off the E. So this is what I mean. You're going to go. Now, the tricky part is that the very last time he does it, he doesn't do. He just does it straight. So the last time would be the time right before it goes into the B section, the slapping part. So the last time he just goes, and you stop. So he's being nice to us there, because by stopping, I guess he was being nice to himself as well. By stopping, it gives you plenty of time to get into thumb position. So slowly, let's pretend this is the last time you're doing that. You're going to go. So you see what I mean? You're playing finger style, and then by just stopping on that A, gives you plenty of time to get your thumb down. So now we're into that part. Let's listen to it first. So in the clip that I've put in the description, he's playing those notes a bit differently. So in the recording, what I hear is although I'm playing C octaves, it's more like the bottom notes are very muted. So the tonality is not really certain. If you can play it, try it that way, where you're just muting the bottom notes. It's kind of difficult. Now, when he comes around for the second pass, it sounds like he's playing B, which is what he tends to do in the video that I've linked in the description. So anyhow, let's not get too hung up on that. The whole phrase goes something like this. Let's go from the part before. So future me here. I woke up this morning realizing that I didn't correct myself. I learned it a certain way in this bridge section, and after careful listening, I realized, hey, that's not the right note, but then I forgot to play it. And so here we go. In that middle part, after the goes. But it doesn't. It goes to a B instead of an octave G. So that's the correction. Don't play octave G. The octave D is correct, but it's basically, what would that be? A 10th. Instead of doing an octave, you're actually going all the way to the major third, or let's add 7, 10. It's kind of a short note, so it's hard to hear, but yeah, I've listened closely and it's a B. All right, so that last part, getting out of it, you want to play this, but I think he's just going ba-bite-bum, which is a great trick because your ear wants to hear that note anyway, but you don't really need to suffer and actually try to play it. So you can just go. Then we go into a chorus. So out of that, the phrase goes back into the same thing that you would play for a verse. There's a slight run up there on those B's. It's not really obvious, it's like. Okay, so the verses do that. Then we get into that middle part. So let's try to get there. So before we get into that part, that's one of those instances where he does go. And then we get into this middle sort of post-bridge thing happening here. So the pattern is so it's really straight. It's straighter than you think. I think when I play it, I tend to push it along with maybe too many ghost notes. If you really listen to the recording, it's pretty straight, and it's even a little bit legato when you go to the D and the C. So you could think of it as an A and a B pattern. The A pattern goes down to the D and the C like this. So that's the A pattern, and the B pattern goes. So it hits that F twice, and I hear a little hammer on there. You don't really need to do it either. Like I said, it's a bit more straight than you might think. So that's one revolution. But of course, he mixes it up, and at one point, it goes. So it just does this crazy run right there. You'll hear that if you listen for it. And after we get out of that, it does this real tricky thing. Let's hear it. So getting out of it, it goes. So the D to the F is a normal part of the pattern, but then you stop. And then you go E, D, F, E, D, F, and then into the regular. Ba-ba-da-bum, and then back into a chorus. And like I said, the end sort of phrases, you're either going to go or you're going to go. The only thing I would say, though, is at the very end, it sounds pretty correct to me to go. Let's listen to that. It's the very last one. All right, so I hope that explains how the bass line goes. And there's the lesson. Thanks. Bye-bye.